I have 2 of these, and they can be quite expensive. So let's do a realistic cost breakdown. And he's also not too thrilled with me because he just got a bath, right? So for context, I am a Dink household. I have no children, just 2 dogs. I live in a suburb outside of a mid-sized city where the cost of living is pretty average to low. And I love the occasional treat, you know, who doesn't? So let's start with food. The dog I just showed you, Phoenix, he eats entirely raw because he has an autoimmune disease and he cannot digest anything else. So for him, I do spend about $175 a month for food. And then for my other dog, she does eat kibble, but I also do switch stuff up for her. Sometimes I get some fresh food, sometimes I change kibbles, but on average, I'm spending about $80 a month for her. Now, for medication and preventative, Phoenix is on 2 medications that keep him alive, and those are about $120 a month. And then I do heartworm, I use Sentinel, that's about $25 a month for each of them. And then Twyla for flea has a Seresto, so that's about $7 a month when I average it out. And for Phoenix, he is on Advantix for flea, so that's about $13 a month per dose. Now, also for Phoenix, I kind of misc expense, if you will. He does go to the vet about every 2 months, which is usually for blood work, so that's about $80, $85 every time I go. Now, moving on to supplements, I do have 2 supplements that I consistently buy for Phoenix, and those are about $75 a month. Now, I do throw things in here and there, other things that I like to try with Twyla. Obviously, I have a little bit more flexibility with her. Right now, I have her on a joint supplement, and I think that was like $40 for like 180 tablets or something like that. So that'll last me for a little bit. But supplements about $75, give or take. Now this category is a little bit bigger. It could probably be a little smaller. Treats, chews, and enrichment. Probably spend about $100 a month. That's training treats, chews, canned foods, toppers, all that stuff. Now for my favorite 2 categories, because they're both $0. That is toys and grooming. Toys, my dogs have a bin of toys. They barely care about those ones, so why am I gonna spend any more money on more? And grooming, I do it myself. My grandma was a groomer for 40 plus years. She taught me how to do it, and she also makes her own shampoo that she gives me. I would say those are all of the categories that I could break down, that I could think of, that I'm generally spending things on. I tend to not go overboard, but also, again, like I said, I like the occasional treat, so I might buy the occasional slow feeder or anything of that sort. So you know what, I'm just a girl, but in total, I am spending about $675 a month for my dogs. Yeah, and that's just the necessities. So if you're thinking about getting a dog, if you don't have one, maybe think about